Hello and welcome to Anden's channel, my channel, and also welcome to a little review-ish of Star Wars The Last Jedi. This will be almost a bit of like a Star Wars day, because on my channel, as of recording this, I'm about to upload a prequel video where I talk about the prequel. So if you're coming to this video without having seen that, why don't you take a look at that too? In The Last Jedi, obviously I'm going to spoil it, but I just wanted to talk very quick if you for some reason haven't seen it. Of course everybody's seen Star Wars. The last of the Resistance, their base from The Force Awakens has been blown up, and we have the last of them trying to escape on a capital ship and all that. So the movie is basically what's left of the Resistance after the whole Republic fell, trying to escape with limited fuel from the First Order, which are like fucking tied on their heel. And the best part of that story for me, of course, was Poe and Leia. You know, of course I love Leia because it's Leia. I also really like Poe because Poe, he's awesome. I wish that he got a bit more to do than just that opening battle sequence, which looked fantastic. Every visual effect looks fucking amazing in this. But I swear to God, whenever they cut to the Resistance ship, you know, trying to fly away, it was like they always had the exact same shot of the First Order, like trying to fire at it, and it got really tiresome. They did it like 7 times. I get that they tried to create like a sense of urgency, but for me it didn't work. I was just like, oh my God, they're gonna show this again, like the fucking firing at it, and just we get it. But of course the other two plot lines, they converge to this one, and then everything, you know, battles and all that, yeah. Another thing that I didn't really like in the movie were all the jokes. It felt like a very Marvel, very 2017 humor, which I don't want Star Wars to have. I didn't like when Poe did the whole like telephone thing. I didn't laugh. I thought it was a bit cringy almost, because I was just like, why would they make this type of humor? Some of the like the Force humor I get when General Hux is like thrown around. I get that type of humor. And then of course we have the main thing that people don't like, and that's the Finn and Rose storyline. And I heard so much shit about Finn and Rose that when I walked into this movie I was expecting garbage, and I didn't get garbage. I honestly didn't hate the casino and the animal rescue as much as I thought I would, because people were just like, oh, PETA, oh, we get it, animal rights movements. But overall, yeah, no, the whole casino thing and the whole Finn and Rose were a bit pointless. I mean, they weren't a bit pointless, they were pointless at the end. They didn't do anything at all to help the cause. I mean, the actor playing Rose is good. She's literally just doing what's in the script, and I think she's doing a pretty good job at it, but I don't like Rose as a character. And the main part of that is just because of what she did at the end with kissing Finn. You know, why? Is it so hard for a man and a woman to be friends? What does everything have to do with love? They could have had the exact same message, but instead of the people we love, you know, it could have been the people we love, but love us as friends, as family or something. Why does it always have to be romantic love? That's a bit annoying in Star Wars. Obviously, though, Finn didn't share the same romantic feelings for her. I can't see why he would, because of the fucking reaction that he gave. He was just like, no thanks. Which means that I completely take that as my Finn and Poe ship is still real. Obviously Finn and Poe is something that's never gonna happen, but it's still there, it's still in my mind, because goddamn, Poe in this movie, he cares about Finn so much. Whenever Finn and Poe have a scene together, I'm just like, yes, have more scenes. I did not have a problem with them rescuing the animals. I thought the Rose line of like, no, now it was worth it, when she like lets go of the saddle, that was too much. But overall, I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with the porgs also, and I didn't have a problem with the silver fox. Obviously, the porgs were in the movie way too much because they had no fucking consequence. So I felt like after Chewbacca's whole thing, maybe the porg should have like not been in the movie anymore, you know? Leia gets thrown out into space. I was just like, oh my God, they're not gonna kill her now. We already have one into the movie. And no, she didn't die. She fucking force pulls herself back onto the ship. I see a lot of people hating this scene, and I don't get why. I thought it was so awesome that Leia uses her, you know, the Force. More than just like sensing Luke or sensing Han. She actually uses the Force. That's awesome. My first thought was, okay, well, it's probably like a fight or flight ability, some sort of like, Force instinct, you know? Leia's probably just like, fuck you, bitch, I'm not gonna die. Force. I feel like that visual effect, unfortunately, was maybe the worst visual effect in the movie when she pulls herself back, but that's just because it looks horrible because it's supposed to be in space. But overall, I really like that scene. I don't understand why people think it's too far-fetched. It might be because in Star Wars Rebels, the cartoon, the canon cartoon, Kanan, who's a character in that cartoon, he gets thrown out of a spaceship and then he force pulls himself back. He does that in that canon cartoon. The whole like, oh, but she should have died instantly. No, that's actually not how space works. You don't die instantly. Was she in space for too long? Yeah, she was, but it's a Star Wars movie. It's a fantasy movie. There's sound in space, you know? The fact that she didn't die, though, has me really worried, because it's so obvious now that they had no intention for Carrie Fisher to die. Episode 9 was going to be such a huge Leia movie, wasn't it? Ooh, yikes. Honestly, I almost wish that they'd reshot the scene with maybe some CG, so instead of Holdo dying on that spaceship, when Holdo, the new character, like the pink, purple-haired character, when she like fucking light speeds into the other ship, I almost would have wished that would have been Leia, because that scene when she fucking like light speeds right into that ship, that is almost the most beautiful scene I think I've ever seen in cinema. All the music, all the sound, just like nothing, and it's just this painting of beauty. And like, had that been Leia, that would have been such a good send-off for her, saving all the rebels and their friends, what's left of them, and going out in such a spectacular fashion. But they didn't, and now they're stuck with the problem of not having Leia in episode 9, and they don't want to CG her. I haven't talked at all about Rey and Luke. Rey and Luke was probably the best part of this movie. I loved Mark Hamill. God, Mark Hamill is so good. My Joker. Again, I know a lot of people didn't like what they did with Luke. I liked it. I like that he just doesn't care. He just tosses the lightsaber aside like, what the fuck are you doing here, kid? Go away. And when fucking R2 plays Leia's message from A New Hope, oh, yeah, no, I absolutely love Luke. I also loved him in the end, you know, when he was force projecting himself, which is a thing that we've seen. Yoda has done it in the past in Rebels and Clone Wars and all that, so it's a thing that Jedis can do. It's not something new at all, in fact. When Luke force projects himself, I remember thinking like, oh wow, Luke is here, oh that's fucking awesome. He looks way different, and only after having seen it, I was just like, oh, he's force projecting his younger self, the one that Kylo knew, like to mess more with Kylo. I get it now. That whole scene was beautiful, you know, Kylo Ren versus force projection Luke. Fuck, like every single shot there was just like, oh, that's a fucking screen grab, that's a wallpaper. The fucking like at the end when he's just like, see you around, kid, and then he becomes one with the Force, which is the one thing I didn't like. I felt like it was a big mistake to let Luke die, mainly because Leia is now dead. If Leia's whole part of episode 9 is that she's going to lead a new resistance, maybe they should have had Luke take her place and done it, instead of just having Luke become one with the Force like Obi-Wan did in episode 4 and die. Obviously, we're probably gonna see Luke torment Kylo maybe as the Force goes. Who the fuck knows? I have no idea. I just wished he was alive, because he was such a good character in this movie. He was such a good actor in this movie. Fuck. Oh, Mark Hamill. And I get that was the whole point of Kylo Ren's, you know, storyline. Let the past die. That's why he killed Snoke. I have no problem with him killing Snoke. Of course, I agree that I would have liked to know a bit more about Snoke, but I suppose like he's just an arrogant old man trying to be a Sith, and he's just like, yes, come with me, child, and he's just so full of himself that he can't see what Kylo Ren is actually doing. But I agree with others with that. I think that, you know, he has so much story on his face, and we got none of it, so yeah, that's a bit... I love Rey. She just wants to know about the Force and the Jedi and all that, and Luke is just like, no, fuck off! She's just such a pure character. I really, really like Rey, you know? And now she's gonna go and make up a new Jedi Order, I suppose. Hopefully a Jedi Order that's not as bad as the prequel Jedi Order. Speaking of the Jedi Order, we got a Force ghost of Yoda. Oh, wow, that was an awesome scene. They had fucking puppet Yoda. Oh, that was awesome. He fucking creates a lightning bolt onto the tree. That has me worried now, because I'm just like, so what the fuck can these Force ghosts do? He hit Luke on the head. Is he a physical Force being? But overall, I really love the fact that, you know, they had Yoda in it. Yay! I almost wish they had like Anakin or, you know, someone like that as well, you know, Obi-Wan. That could have been cool, but you know, the fact that we got Yoda, that was awesome. So in the end, while there are negative things about this movie that I don't like, an entire subplot, you know, so it's quite big actually. I still liked it though, because of character moments. All of the actors are really good. I was interested in Ben Solo's embraced like connection that they had. I don't think they're gonna turn that whole thing into a romantic thing. I feel like a lot of people just think everything has to be romantic. I felt no romance from Finn and Rose. I felt no romance from Rey and Ben Solo. Obviously Rose for some reason loves Finn. Finn doesn't look like he loves Rose. It looks like he maybe cares about her because of the whole thing that they've been through, but I don't think he loves Rose. I don't think he loves Rey either. When he hugged Rey at the end, I was just like, oh, well, these are like two friends meeting up again. In fact, I felt more like romantic tension between Rey and Poe when Poe is in, but that's just because Poe is such a charismatic character. Ah, Poe is awesome. But in the end, while I loved everything about Rey and Luke and Kylo Ren and Snoke and all of those like Force scenes, so good. The whole Resistance subplot I haven't even really talked about because it was a bit boring. Like, god damn it, you know, this new purple hair Holdo character, like, withholding secrets about where they're going. Like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, just tell your fucking, like, Resistance fighters about what you're trying to do, what's your plan. Phasma apparently died. Jesus Christ, Phasma is also a pretty useless character, isn't she? Which is a shame, because it's Gwendoline Christie, and Gwendoline Christie is awesome. So The Last Jedi, it's not a perfect film. I definitely get what they were trying to do, though, with, you know, with the whole Kylo Ren thing, let the past die, kill it. Because Disney is just like, oh, we gotta let all these things go, create some new stuff. But those were my jumble thoughts about Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, what did you think about Star Wars The Last Jedi? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions, because this will be interesting. I really want to hear your thoughts and opinions, because the movie is so divisive. I'm gonna go now, though. Again, if you haven't seen my Star Wars prequel video, it's up on my channel. It should be like right next to this one. I love you all, and I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys next, and, well, goodbye. Star Wars. It's a Star Wars thing.